Let's just get started in an easy seated position. Maybe sitting up on a blanket. Sitting up tall through the crown of your head. Resting your hands in your lap, or maybe on your knees, wherever's comfortable for you. Relaxing your shoulders down your spine. And just beginning to breathe here and come into the space. Noticing the temperature of the room on your skin. Maybe noticing any feelings underneath your hands or underneath your feet. Noticing any smells in the room. Noticing any sounds inside the room or outside the room. Maybe closing your eyes here. Just tuning into your body, tuning into your breath. Noticing the breaths, if they're long and short, or long or short. Are you holding the breath anywhere? Does the breath feel trapped in the body, or does it move freely? Maybe taking this time to set an intention for your class today. Maybe just making that intention to be kind to others. Be kind to yourself. Keeping that thought of ahimsa in your mind, non-harming. We'll slowly begin to deepen the breath here, breathing deep into the lower belly, maybe placing a hand on the lower belly and feeling it rise as you inhale. Filling the lungs completely. And exhaling the shoulders down away from the spine, taking belly button to the back ribs, emptying all the air from your lungs. If Ujjayi breath is in your practice, maybe using that now. Just bringing the tongue to the roof of the mouth and creating that wave-like sound in the back of the throat. Toning that vagus nerve. Allowing the body to relax. From here, we'll move on to our box breath. Inhaling for a count of 4, holding the breath for a count of 4, exhaling for a count of 4, and pausing for a count of 4. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4, retaining the breath, 2, 3, 4, Exhaling, 2, 3, 4, and retaining, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling, 2, 3, 4. Retaining, 2, 3, 4. And exhaling, 2, 3, 4. Repeating this with your own breath, using your own internal count. Focusing only on your breath. Thoughts will come, just let them pass. Bring your attention back to your breath. When you're ready, we'll release this breath, just letting your inhales and exhales come naturally, allowing the body to inhale until it feels the need to exhale, and then exhaling fully until the body feels the need to inhale. Noticing those pauses between the inhales and exhales, and maybe resting there for just a moment. Noticing the silence, noticing the space, and trying to bring that space into your practice, into your body. Giving yourself those brief moments of time where you can let the mind relax and the body relax. On your next exhale, we'll drop our right hand down to the mat. And we'll inhale our left arm high to the sky, taking it overhead and staring at our left fingertips, bringing the left shoulder back, opening through the chest, creating that long line of energy from your hip to your fingertips. Maybe inhaling to rise up just a bit and exhaling to fold over, walking the right fingertips out, maybe finding a little bit more space in the body. We'll inhale to rise up, taking the fingertips tall to the sky, stretching through both sides of the body, feeling like you're creating space between the ribs. And we'll exhale the arms down by the sides. Taking the left hand down to the mat now and inhaling the right hand overhead. We'll gaze up at the right fingertips, taking the right shoulder back. Breathing here, still using that deep belly breath, breathing deep into the belly, filling the lungs completely and exhaling fully. On your next inhale, we'll rise up just a bit. Inhaling and exhaling, we'll fold over a little bit more, maybe walking those left fingertips out, bending into the left elbow. Still moving that right shoulder back, staying open through the chest. A long line of energy from the right fingertips to the right hip. We'll inhale to rise up, taking both hands tall to the sky and maybe stretching through the right hand and then through the left. Staying with your breath, trying to maintain that focus only on your breath. And we'll exhale the arms down by the sides, sitting up tall through the crown of your head. We'll inhale the arms high through center, and exhaling, we'll fold at the hips, keeping a flat back. We'll drop the hands down to the earth, and when you find the fold through the hips, relaxing through the head and neck. Finding some extension through the spine. Using your exhales to maybe fold a little bit deeper with each breath. Feeling the extension through the left hip. We'll slowly walk the fingertips back towards the hips on an inhale. We'll inhale the fingertips tall to sky and exhale the arms down by the sides. Taking the feet out long in front of you, reversing the cross of the legs. Taking whichever foot was on top, on bottom. Sitting up tall. Once again, we'll raise our arms high to sky. And as we exhale, we'll bring right hand to left knee and left arm behind us. Sitting up tall, we'll exhale into the twist, twisting from the lower ribs, the shoulders with the head and neck, the last to gaze over the left shoulder. Inhaling tall through the crown of your head and exhaling a little bit more into the twist. Finding that space. Still finding that space between the breaths, allowing the mind to rest. We'll inhale to come back through center, taking both arms tall to sky. And exhaling, we'll take right arm behind us and left arm to right knee. Exhaling into the twist, lower ribs, shoulders, head and neck, last to gaze over the right shoulder. Breathing deep into the lower belly. We'll exhale to come back through center, taking the arms tall to sky. And exhaling, we'll fold from the hips once more, keeping a flat back. Hands fall where they fall. Finding the stretch through your lower back, your hips. And then relaxing through the head and neck. Noticing this side versus the other. Knowing that each side is different. It's perfectly normal. Maybe walking the fingertips out as you exhale, sinking a little bit more into that right hip. Slowly walking the fingertips back towards the hips. We'll inhale the arms tall to sky and exhale the arms down by the sides. Taking the feet out long in front of us. Toes point up towards sky. Sitting up tall through your sits bones. Crown of head to sky. Back is straight. We'll inhale the arms tall to sky and exhale to fold from the hips. Keeping a flat back again. Letting the hands come to your shins, to the mat. Maybe bringing peace fingers to big toes and bending through the elbows. And when you find the stretch, relaxing through the head and neck. You can also place a small bend behind the knees, bringing the belly a little closer to the thighs. You may even like to place a blanket underneath the knees, just adding a gentle support. Taking whatever modifications your body needs today. Listening to your body and seeing where you can show it kindness in every moment. Seeing if you can fold a little deeper with each exhale. Finding those small amounts of space with each breath. We'll slowly rise up vertebrae by vertebrae on the inhale and taking the arms tall to sky once more, stretching through the fingertips and exhaling the arms down by the sides. We'll take the legs out to a wide V. Going as far as you like, not causing pain or strain. Really listening to your muscles, to your joints. We'll sit up tall through the crown of our head. We'll bring our right arm inside of our right leg, and we'll take our left arm overhead, gazing at the left fingertips, underneath the armpit or straight ahead. Feet are flexed, toes pointed towards sky. Still breathing deep into the lower belly, exhaling fully. Bringing that attention back to the breath over and over again. We'll inhale to rise up, taking arms tall to sky and dropping left hand inside the left leg and taking right arm overhead, fingers headed towards toes. Finding length through the side body, feet are flexed. Still opening through the chest, taking that left shoulder back. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. On an inhale, we'll rise up, taking hands tall to sky, stretching through the sides of the body. And exhaling, we'll fold from the hips, keeping a flat back, letting hands fall where they fall. Listening to your body, not causing strain or pain. Feet are flexed. And when you find the stretch, relaxing through your head and neck. Breathing deep, exhaling fully. Maybe walking the fingertips out as you exhale. being gentle with yourself, being kind to yourself. Slowly walking the hands back towards the hips, rising up vertebrae by vertebrae. We'll bring the hands behind the knees, lifting the knees and bringing the feet into touch. Taking the soles of the feet together, maybe staying here, maybe placing a block under each knee, sitting up tall. We can bring our hands to the insides of our feet, opening them like a book, maybe giving our feet a gentle massage here, getting the thumbs into the arches, into the pads of the feet, showing them some gratitude for supporting us, for helping us throughout our day. We'll sit up tall through the crown of the head when you're ready. And we'll fold from the hips as we exhale, taking the elbows to the insides of the shins, maybe giving a gentle pressure, urging the knees towards the earth, knowing that wherever you are today is perfect. There's no need to strain. Always trying to keep that back flat and fold from the hip joints, from the hip creases. You can even bring your hands to where your thighs meet your pelvis and fold from that joint. Finding extension through the crown of the head. Relaxing through the head and neck when you're ready. Slowly rising up as you inhale. We'll take the knees off to the side and come into a tabletop position. From here, you can place your blanket underneath your knees, or you can move it off to the side. We'll take our knees wide on the mat, our toes to touch, and we'll send hips to heels. Fingertips out long in front of us. Finding extension through the spine. Urging hips towards heels. Lengthening through the fingertips. Creating space through the ribs, through the armpit. And exhaling hips towards heels. Bringing the mind back to your breath. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Trying to lengthen through your exhales with each breath. Signaling the body to relax. The mind to settle. We'll slowly rise up to tabletop when you're ready. Bringing wrists underneath shoulders and knees underneath hips, usually about 2 fist widths apart. Extending long from the crown of your head to your tailbone and gently pushing the earth away with your hands. We'll inhale to drop the belly and gaze up towards sky. And exhale to arch through the shoulder blades, bringing belly button to spine. Inhaling to drop the belly for cow. And exhaling to arch through the back for cat. Inhaling. And exhaling. Taking a few of these with your own breath at your own pace. Going as fast or as slow as you would like. Maybe exaggerating a bit, and as you exhale, sending hips towards heels, and inhaling to bend through the elbows and pull the chest forward. Exhaling to arch through the back, sending hips to heels. Inhaling to pull the chest through. Warm up the wrists. Adding some strength through the biceps. Focusing only on the movement, only on the breath. Tying each breath to each movement. Allowing the mind to focus on several things and allow thoughts to diminish. And when you're ready, we'll come back through a neutral spine. We'll tuck the toes and we'll send the hips high to sky for downward dog. Bending through one knee and then the other. Warming up the backs of the legs. Maybe placing a small bend through the elbows. A gentle bend in the knees, sending the hips a little bit higher. Gazing at belly button or tops of thighs. Relaxing through the head and neck. Broadening through the shoulder blades. Breathing here. And we'll send the right leg high to sky. We'll bend through the knee and open through the hip. Maybe circling the knee a few times. Straightening back out through the leg. We'll draw the right knee into the chest and plant the foot between the palms. Staying here in your low lunge. Right and left hand framing the right foot. Bending through the knee. Coming high on the ball of the left toes. Excuse me. We'll drop the left knee to the earth, taking the top of the foot flat to the mat. And we'll inhale the arms tall to sky. Maybe sending the hips forward just a bit. Maybe you'd even like to scoot that right foot out just a little bit more so you get the extension through the back leg. Breathing here. Sending the air to any tight muscles. We'll exhale to bring left hand to right knee and right hand behind us for a gentle twist. Gazing at right fingertips, Finding your balance. We'll inhale to take both hands back through center. And we'll exhale to drop the hands, framing the right foot. We'll tuck the left toes. Come high on the ball of the left foot. We'll drop the left heel. Feet are on railroad tracks. You may need to take that left foot in just a bit. And we'll inhale to warrior one. Relaxing the shoulder blades down the spine. Hips are facing forward like headlights. We'll exhale the hands through heart center and open up to warrior two. Right heel is in line with the arch of the left foot. Arms are shoulder height. Gazing over left fingertips or right fingertips. We'll flip the front palm and send it overhead. Reverse warrior. And coming back through warrior two. We'll cartwheel the hands down to the mat, stepping right foot back to meet the left in plank. Holding here for 3 breaths. Dropping down to the knees, taking the knees wide and toes to touch and sending hips to heels for child's pose. Bringing chest, chin, or forehead down to the mat. Extending through the fingertips. Exhaling hips to heels. Focusing only on your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Rising back up to tabletop when you're ready. Wrists underneath shoulders and knees underneath hips. We'll tuck the toes and we'll send the hips high to sky for downward dog. Finding your foundation here in downward dog. Broadening through the shoulder blades, gazing at belly button or tops of thighs. Bending through the knees, sending the hips a little bit higher. Not hyperextending through the elbows, maybe placing a small bend in the elbows. Breathing here. Sending the breath deep into the belly. Filling the lungs completely and exhaling belly button to spine. We'll send the left leg high to sky, bending through the left knee, taking the left toes over to the side, maybe rotating through the left knee, making small circles or large circles, whatever you like. We'll straighten back out through the left leg, taking the left knee into the chest and planting the left foot between the palms. Staying here in your high lunge. Hands frame the left foot, high on the toes of the right. Taking a few breaths here. We'll drop the right knee down to the mat, taking the right foot flat to the mat. We'll inhale, arms high to sky. Exhaling your shoulder blades down your spine. Maybe taking your left foot a little bit out further, sinking into that hip, extending through the front hip. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. We'll exhale, right hand to left knee, taking the left arm behind us, gazing at left fingertips for a gentle twist. Finding extension through the left fingers. Exhaling into the twist. We'll inhale the arms back through center and exhale to frame the left foot. We'll tuck the toes, staying in the lunge for a breath, maybe scooting those right toes in just a bit. Dropping the right heel down to the mat at a 45-degree angle. We'll inhale to rise up, warrior one. Exhaling your shoulder blades down your spine, sinking into that left hip. Hips are facing forward like headlights. We'll exhale, hands through heart center and open up to warrior two. Left heel is in line with the arch of the right foot, gazing over left fingertips. Broadening through the chest. We'll exhale to flip the front palm and send it overhead, reverse warrior. Coming back through warrior two. We'll cartwheel the arms down to the mat. Framing the left foot, stepping the left foot back to meet the right in plank. Holding for 3 breaths here. Then dropping the knees down to the mat. Taking the knees wide and the toes to touch. Sending hips to heels and fingertips out long for child's pose. Coming back to your breath here. Maybe coming back to that intention that you set at the beginning of class. Allowing the mind to rest on that intention. To focus on your inhales and your exhales. Lengthening through your exhales. Using your Ujjayi breath if you like. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Creating a wave-like sensation of the breath in the body. Inhaling deep into the belly. Filling the lungs completely. Exhaling shoulders down the spine and urging hips towards heels. And repeating. Finding the stillness in the mind. Resting in those spaces between the inhales and the exhales. And when you're ready, we'll slowly make our way onto our backs, keeping a prop or a blanket nearby. Allowing your spine to come down to the earth. Just taking a moment maybe lengthening through the back of the neck just a bit, chucking the chin gently to the chest, walking the shoulder blades down the spine. We'll walk the heels in closer to the hips. We'll take the palms out by the sides, facing up. And on your next inhale, we'll gently rise the hips and the palms off of the earth, taking the palms behind the head. And then exhaling, palms and hips back down to the earth. Inhaling, we'll raise palms and hips, and exhaling, we'll lower. Taking a few of these with your own breath at your own pace. Going as fast or as slow as you'd like. Pulling in with the thighs, raising up with the hip creases. And on your next inhale, we'll pause here at the top. Maybe raising the hips a little bit higher. Feeling the strength through the thighs. And exhaling, we'll gently lower down vertebrae by vertebrae. On your next inhale, we'll gently raise the hips and we'll take our block and place it underneath the sacrum at any level you like. Finding what's comfortable for you today. Tucking the shoulder blades down the spine once more. Gently breathing here. Allowing gravity to gently urge the hip creases down around the block. Not letting the knees fall out to the sides. Keeping some tension in the thighs. Lengthening through the back of the neck. Maybe closing the eyes here. Allowing the body to relax. If you'd like, in this pose, we can gently take one leg out and then the other for a gentle back bend, allowing gravity to open those hip joints even more. We'll slowly walk our feet back in towards our hips. You can bring one knee into the chest and then the other, taking the soles of the feet high to sky, flexing through both feet, feeling strong through both legs. And then if you like, placing a small bend in each knee, allowing the legs to become weightless and feel like they're floating. Relaxing here, deepening the breath. We'll slowly bend into the knees, dropping the soles of the feet back to the earth. We'll gently raise the hips and begin to lower vertebrae by vertebrae back to the earth. Taking a moment, letting the spine adjust to the flat earth. We'll inhale to bring one knee into the chest and then the other, grabbing knees and rocking from side to side, giving yourself a gentle hug here. We'll take our arms out wide and our knees over to the right, gazing over left fingertips. Inhaling long through the spine and exhaling into the twist. Drawing the knees back through center. We'll take them over to the right, gazing over left fingertips. Keeping your shoulder blades flat to the earth. Exhaling into the twist. Using the breath to go a little deeper into the pose. Bringing the knees back through center. We'll lengthen both legs out long on the mat. Taking the ankles to each side of the mat. Maybe rocking the legs back and forth just a bit. And then coming to stillness. Maybe taking the hands and clenching them tight into fists, tensing all the muscles, and then gently relaxing into the earth. Walking the shoulder blades down the spine. Lengthening through the back of the neck. Maybe taking the tongue to the roof of the mouth behind the two front teeth and swallowing. Relaxing through the throat, through the jaw, through the chin. Relaxing through the eyes, the forehead. And coming into your gentle, restful yogic sleep, Shavasana. Feel free to remain in Shavasana for as long as you like. I'd like for you to keep the idea of ahimsa strong in your week, in your life. Be kind to others. Be kind to yourself. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.